What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Price to Sell episode. I'm your host, Matt Campoli. I'm doing another solo today. Haven't done these in a while, but today is going to be all about 2024, end of 2023, what needs to be done. I feel like there's we've all been through a shit year. We've all seen the ups and the downs. And when I say shit, I mean just a down year in general. There's been a lot of people still winning. I've had many wins, thankfully, super grateful. I'm sure a lot of you have seen many wins, but a lot of learning lessons as well. And things have just been off, not as seamless as they have been the past, let's say, 3-4 years, right? With the markets being so good and business just booming and everything being so easy, nonchalant. So what I want to get into today is a lot of the things that we need to do to step up for 2024. And it doesn't start in 2024, it starts now. And a big reason I wanted to get this episode out now is because a lot of us might have that mindset of, I'll wait till January 1st, it's the holidays, let's relax, let's hang out, let's chill, which is good, super important to do that. But just like people joining the gym as an example, everyone wants that new body. It's like new year, new me. Let's join the gym January 1st. And this year is going to be different, right? It just, when you're putting that out there and you don't follow through with it, you're essentially, whatever you believe in, whether it's universe or God, it's like a big FU to them, because you're essentially saying, I'm putting it out there that I'm going to change this year. I'm going to be different. I'm going to stick to my goals and finally do what I've been wanting to do. And then January 1st rolls around, you might start it. January 7th rolls around, maybe you're falling off. February 1st rolls around, and you're just right back to your square one, your old pattern, your old routine. So what I think is super important is starting that right now. I think developing and figuring out what your goals are for the next year, what you want to implement, and just make that agreement with yourself. Like it has to be a non-negotiable, Like don't wait till January 1st. Like start right now. And in our business, no one's waking you up every morning and saying, hey, come to the office 9 to 5. You're your own boss. That's why you guys decided to choose entrepreneurship. You wanted the flexibility. You wanted to reach new heights that can change your life, can change your family's life. This is on you at the end of the day. So you got to make that agreement with yourself. I'm going to step up in 2024. I'm actually going to follow through with these goals that I have for myself. I'm not going to do what I've been doing the past 2 years, which is sitting on saying I'm going to do something and not doing it, or complaining, or consistently just making up excuses. Like, no, we've seen what that does, and we've seen how this year has gone, and it's really up to you guys at the end of the day. So if you guys don't start right now, it's essentially like you're just taking an L. You're taking a huge L, and I feel like this year was a wake-up call for many, including myself. Like I said, we had a good bull run past several years, and this year we were dealt a shit hand. That's what the economy did, interest rates and all that, and just the whole psychology of the game has changed. So only you guys are in control, and I'll get more into this later. But if you guys are now, let's jump to another portion of this, right? Like some of you might be saying, okay, Matt, cool. Easier said than done. Great. But I have a really hard time, or, the certain goals I want to do don't meet my schedule. I have family, I have kids, I have all this. Then get help. I think it's super important that you surround yourself with people that can support you, whether that's your broker of record, whether that's your people in your business, people in the office, mentors. Mentors are huge. Like, find people who are going to support you and help you. I'm not saying wake up and do this by yourself. I don't do anything by myself. I have teams around me everywhere. I have coaches. I invest in myself. I think investing in yourself is huge. Find a coach, find a mentor that's in line with you and shares similar values to you. It's going to cost, but it's worth it, because those people are going to hold you accountable. They're going to put you on certain schedules. They're going to check in with you. They're going to make sure you're doing what you're going to be doing. And over time, these little tasks add up. right? And you don't have to just set a goal and hit that large goal. Deconstruct that goal. Turn them into micro goals that'll help you lead to that larger goal. Set a timeline with yourself. Make sure it's measurable. Because if you're just saying, I want to make $1 million this year by the end of 2024, okay, how are you going to do that? How are you going to reverse engineer that? What are the micro goals that are going to get you there? How many calls are you going to make? How many people are you going to talk to? How many hands are you going to shake? So by making these goals measurable, having the support system to hold you accountable, whether that's a coach, whether that's a mentor figure in your office or your brokerage, you need to do it. If you don't have it, find it. Like I said, we're in that business where no one's going to tell you what to do. No one's going to say, hey, wake up at this time in the morning, or go to this event, or go network with these people. Like the biggest thing you could do is make that agreement with yourself. And once you set that plan in motion, just don't stop. You're not going to see results right away. It's not going to happen. Get that through your head as soon as possible, because you're going to fail. You're going to have losses. You're going to take L's. You're going to fall down. It's going to happen. And if you have that first fall and you're like, screw it, I don't want to do this anymore, or this is too hard, let me go back into my comfortable routine and pattern, that's just going to put you right back to where you were the year before or the year before that. And, it's, again, you owe this to yourself to step up. You owe it to your family. You owe it to everyone around you. Like we all have a passion in life. We all have a vision in life. We all want to be somewhere. If money wasn't an issue, what would you be doing? Ask yourself these questions. This is a time to reflect right now, right? So in regards to what I was just saying, and with the mentorships and finding an accountability partner, if you don't have one, look for one. Really, really question where you are. If you're having a struggle with that, if you're like, shit, I don't have a support system around me, I don't have the mentorships around me, then find it. Maybe where you're at is not it. Maybe you need to switch that up. Maybe you need to search elsewhere. We do get comfortable. We do make friends, but at the end of the day, it is important to still be selfish and think about what's best for you. Sometimes those decisions are the hardest, and they're not going to be easy. It's going to involve hard, conscious conversations, and you may never want to do it, but you're going to have to. It's like happiness is on the other side of fear a lot of the times, and fear is a big crippler. It will hold you back. It holds many of us back, and if you're not stepping into that fear or taking it by the horns, then you're just going to be stuck where you are currently, right? And if that doesn't sit right with you, you have to make a change. If you're okay and you're comfortable and you're complacent and you're really happy, then keep doing what you're doing, But some of you might be there and really wishing and maybe watching certain competition and be like, I wish I was doing that, or I wish I could be like that. That should be a little cue to you, because we're all human beings at the end of the day. What that person is doing is just a little bit more work than you, right? They're a little bit more dialed in. They're they're crushing their micro goals. They're getting the help that they need. They're investing in themselves. So make that decision with yourself, and don't wait till January 1st at all, right? And in regards to business this year, I'll shift into business. I'm going to just speak from me and what works for me, and what I've seen just many other super successful entrepreneurs are also preaching this. It's build your brand, right? Like if you're out there trying to hard sell consistently and forcing things, and people aren't really jiving with you, and you feel like you really need to force them into wanting to work with you, that should tell you something. There's a huge front line that you can build beforehand to really help make that process a lot smoother for yourself. And that's building your brand, building yourself up, right? Whether that's putting yourself on social media, whether that's farming an area, whether that's sending consistent email blasts to build a community with your clientele, you need to build that trust, offline and online. you know? And again, just speaking from my experience, is putting myself out there the way that I do in the consistent fashion that I do has helped to build a trustworthy brand for myself, right? When a lot of my clients call me, the conversations are really easy, and I'm essentially attracting those calls to my phone, right? The majority of your business should be from your referrals. You want to have treated them and made their experience so special that they're going to just refer the shit out of you. And if they're not, and you're not getting referrals, question that. Think about that for a second. Like, why am I not receiving referrals? What is it that I could change about my business that can build that excitement for my current network and database to want to continue to use me and send business my way? That's the brand, right? If you're not getting the business, question it. Maybe your brand's not the brand that you want. Maybe you're portraying an image that you don't want, that you shouldn't be portraying. Maybe it's repelling people. And this is a fact. This is a truth. And some of you may not really think like this or think that could be you, but it could be. Ask for some feedback. But if you're trying to be someone you're not, that's the first mistake. If you're an analytical mind and you're trying to make a funny video, that's your first mistake. That's not you. You want to be in play. And I was speaking to an agent today at the gym, actually, and he's Cortez Ranieri. I'll name him because I try to give him a huge props. And he's been making these talking head videos, these green screen videos. And in these videos, he's just talking about, he's commenting on an article or something that's happening in the media or the news. And he's just giving his thought process behind it and his thoughts. And he's just portraying it in a way which he's really good at. And I said to him at the gym, he's like, yeah, this is doing super well for me. I'm like, I personally couldn't do those. He's like, man, I love it. He's like, I feel like I'm in play when I'm doing those videos, right? And then to me, I love making funny skits and funny content like that because I feel like I'm in play. But I couldn't do what he does, and it's just not for me. So I'm not going to do those things, right? And someone like him, he even said to me, he's like, I wouldn't even know where to start with like a funny video. And because he just feels like he's working, you don't feel like you're in play at that point. So find that play, find that sweet spot in your life where it doesn't feel like you're working. It's effortless. It's like, this is playful for me. I'm excited to wake up and do this today. I'm excited to host this event for my clients and just see them all and shake hands and be face to face, belly to belly. I'm excited to make that funny video today and showcase my humor, my dry humor, and my wittiness, because that's play for me. I'm excited to talk about this news article that came out today and pick it apart because I'm so detailed and analytical with how I see things that I want everyone to know how my thought processes are, and I want them to appreciate that. So find what's playful for you, leverage that, be consistent with it, because that is your brand, and that's what you're going to become known for, right? Everyone talks about niching down. That's essentially you niching down in what is most fun for you and putting yourself out there. And if you're consistent with it, people are going to see it. People are going to jive with it. People are going to start following. It's going to start to build a trust amongst them. They're going to start to tell their friends. You're going to start to get this exposure across your platform and their networks. And, it comes to a point where you're out in the field or you're at the gym, you're at a restaurant, and someone comes up to you and they say, hey, you're that real estate guy, you're a girl. I really appreciate your videos, right? So that's what the brand building is, and that's how you're going to set yourself apart this year. Whatever it is that makes you feel like you're at play. And just to jump to this current year that we've had, again, it's been good, and I'm not the negative type, okay? I'm not the pessimistic type. I'm very optimistic, and I've had a great year myself, okay? I've had a great year myself. Nothing has changed much for me in terms of volume for myself, and I want to cater that to what I built for myself, because the stat is, I believe it's 37,000 agents didn't do a single deal this year, right? And we're over 70,000 agents in Treb. And the transaction volume has gone to its lowest since 2001. And Tom Story posted something about this. I think it was 70,000 transactions this year we're on track for in 2020 and 2023. The lowest it's been since 2001. And I believe the number was, back then, there was only 17,000 agents. So you're still getting, almost 10 houses per agent back then versus now we're all fighting over a house. If you want to, spread it even across the board, there's always been like that 95-5 saying or 90-10 saying where 10% of the agents are doing 90% of the business, or 5% of the agents are doing 95% of the business. And you got to look at, why are those agents capturing so much market share? What's so special about them? They're no different than you, but they've just built a solid brand, a trust, a reputable community that keeps people coming back, right? And that's the most important part. And we've seen it in this year where you need that in order to maintain your business, when people aren't just hiring you to hire you because a house takes 2 seconds to sell anymore. They need to hire you because they trust you. And they might not go with that family member because real estate's harder this year. It takes skills, a real skill set, a plan, and a real strategy to actually sell a house. Someone who's full-time on the computer, consistently looking at the changing market weekly and staying ahead of it, staying ahead of the 8 ball, right? So you want to be that person for these clients. And look back at your year too. See where you've won. Celebrate the successes that you had. See what's done well for you, right? Make note of that, because obviously that's working. Add that to your business plan for 2024. Those things are clearly working for you, which is awesome. But celebrate those, right? Don't look at the year and be like, shit year, oh my God, this is terrible, what happened? I'm sure you guys still had a lot of wins out there. I'm sure a lot of you had more wins than me, and you need to sit back and be thankful for that, because it's been a hard year in general for this world. And whatever you have been able to accomplish in this current landscape that we're in, be grateful for that, because it's a lot of people just don't have those blessings, right? And for you, maybe you're just hard on yourself, and you might think that this is a shit year, I could have done better. Yeah, but give yourself a pat on the back for dealing with the way things were and still succeeding. Right? Don't ever forget that. Don't be hard on yourself. I think these next couple of weeks before the new year of 2024 is a good time to just sit back, go over your wins, pat yourself on the back, say, hey, you know what? I got through this year. I did it, and I did well. This is where I did exceptionally well. This is where I failed. And why did I fail? Question those things. How can I do better next year? What's going to set me apart next year? Assume that this market will be the same, okay? Assume that it might get worse. How am I going to buckle down even harder to make next year a better year for me? What's it going to take? Who do I need to be around? Who do I need to align myself with? These are the most important thought processes you can have right now. I know a lot of you want to sit back, relax, enjoy the holidays, which you 1000% should do. But please, for the benefit of everybody, take a second with yourself, really think things through, because January 1st is going to come in 30 seconds. It's literally going to be here like that. Everything's going to be back to normal. People are going to be back at it. You're going to be getting calls, and you didn't have that important time to sit back and reflect and give yourself that space to create and get yourself prepared for what's about to come in regards to this new year. So, Dean, where am I at? That's not bad. Okay, I think I'll end it off with this. For all of you that know, I am with, we are running a really, really good team and group at Exp Realty, and I have been doing this for the past 9 months now. I haven't really been too vocal about it because I wanted to make sure that the company was good, and I wanted to make sure that the model works, and I didn't want to start preaching something without knowing for myself. And I've had the best 9 months I've ever had, I would say. Amazing community, such good mentorship, all the support I spoke about, we have it. And I want to help all of you agents out there this year as well. If you guys need any support, mentorship, you want to learn from me, you want to piggyback anything I do, you just want anything from me, reach out to me. You can hit me up on Instagram at Campoli. If you have any questions about EXP and the model, it's a game changer, in my opinion. You know, the traditional real estate brokerage is just you make your commissions and that's it. Over here, you can still make your commissions, but there's also other revenue streams as well, which have added to my monthly residuals and my cash flow and passive income. It's just done a number for me. You know, it's taken a lot of weight off my back so I can do more of the things that I like to do, like this, right? And I know income is coming in next month. I know income's coming in the month after that. And it's only going to get better. And being able to help all the agents I've helped this year and seeing their growth and their successes has made me realize that that's what I want to do. And I want to help more of you hit your goals. I want to hold you accountable. I want to be harsh on you. I want to call you and be like, hey, did you do what I told you to do? Because that's the way I was mentored in the beginning of my career, and I loved it. And I feel like it works well, and a lot of agents that I work with are responding well to it, and they're doing what they need to do. They're showing up every week when we have our trainings. So if you're feeling like you don't have that support, or you're looking for some sort of mentorship role and you want to learn how to do things differently, hit me up. I'm at Campoli. I'd love to help you guys out. We can have a nice sit down, have a nice espresso like I'm having right now, and chat. I'd love to hear what your goals are. I'd love to hear what you want to do differently for the year, and we can go from there. So that's it, guys. This is my little short solo episode. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope I boosted some serotonin today and elevated some of you and gave you guys a little boost of motivation. And like I said, if you need anything, I'm always here to help. So don't feel scared to reach out. Tell your friends about this podcast. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And we'll see you on the next one. Ciao.